So welcome to our virtual Coffee and Commerce. With Omega, we have Lolly Rayvac here to tell us about their special loan program that they have going on. So Lolly, please enlighten us.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate the invitation to make this presentation. Omega actually offers several loan programs for private for-profit businesses. So I wanted to take a few minutes and just highlight all of them. So the first one is our traditional revolving loan fund that we've had since 1992. And when you go for a commercial loan, especially if you're a small business or a startup or a struggling business, next, Kevin. Thanks. There always seems to be a missing piece because, you know, you may need X amount of dollars, but the bank, why am I echoing? There we go. But there always seems to be that missing piece, or the bank wants you to have 15 to 30% of your own cash to go into the business. Next. So as I was saying, you may have found some of the pieces of the financing puzzle, but to complete it, you have to find the right fit. That is the right fit for your business, or if you're a banker, the right fit for your bank to finance the project. Next. So we've been providing that since 1992 with our revolving loan fund, which is a federally funded program that has been very successful in our 10-county region. Next. To be eligible, you do have to be a private for-profit business within the Omega region, and you can see the counties. We cover 10 southeastern counties. With this program, we can finance up to 40% of a total project cost, or up to a maximum of $300,000, depending on our funding, if it's available at that time. We do require a maximum bank participation of at least 50% and then 10% equity from the borrower to be injected into the project. And we expect full-time equivalent jobs to be created or retained. Next. You know, multiple uses of these funds. I will tell you that if we get into a solely construction project, since it's federal funds, prevailing wage would apply. We don't offer a line of credit, but we do term working capital if someone needs working capital, and which is really useful during those struggling times or a startup of a new business. Next. The interest rate has traditionally been 4 to 6% fixed. We're in an environment now where we are offering, with this program, we're offering 3% fixed, and that'll be for a limited time. And then you see the terms that we can offer. I think we're pretty flexible with our terms. These are the typical terms we would offer, but if we would do, let's say, a mix of production equipment and working capital, then we're going to blend that rate just like a bank would. Next. To make it easy, since I went to Meadowbrook High School, let's take a $100,000 total project cost. So the breakdown for our financing is similar to what the SBA would offer, but our fees are not like the SBA, where they're very, very low. So we would request that a bank would finance $50,000. Omega could do $40,000 based on the jobs that would be created or retained. And then the borrower would only have to put in 10% or $10,000. Next. We basically finance any type of legally formed operating business within the 10 counties. Many of your state and federal programs will not do retail, but the Omega loan program does. So that's a big difference with our programs. Next. These are just some of the businesses that we have financed. So Brynwood Hair Salon is in Zanesville, right on Maple Avenue. Francis Family Restaurant right here in Cambridge. Gemini Industrial Machine Group is an interesting project that we just financed a couple years ago. This was a very young company, and we had to shop banks because they were so young, but yet they were showing a positive trend. It was hard to get a bank excited And Omega came in and we took out a portion of the project and we got a bank to participate. And that's kind of how it works. It encourages that bank to take some risk because we actually are mitigating their risk by us financing a portion of the project. And then everyone knows Rumor Loudon, and they are a current borrower of ours. Next. So the real purpose of this traditional loan program is to encourage a bank to support our small and emerging businesses. And we do that by reducing the bank's exposure. And the businesses benefit because they get a fixed low interest rate on the portion financed by Omega. And again, it's currently 3%. And then the region benefits because we are creating or retaining jobs within the Omega district. Next. So you can see how working together, we can complete the financing puzzle. I have a large network of banks in the 10 counties that I work with. And we are often involved in projects that you wouldn't even think that Omega would be involved in, but we have done projects anywhere from a daycare center to a large manufacturing and transloading business in millions of dollars. So very active program. Next. This is the one that everybody's excited about. This is part of the CARES Act money, and we're very proud that we were able to receive some of the to, again, private for-profit businesses within our region. So we call this the CARES loan. Next. We didn't receive a ton of money. We received $540,000 to assist private for-profit businesses. And these are supposed to be businesses impacted by COVID-19, which is very easy to prove, especially in our Appalachian region. So we can finance the restart of a business, a startup, which is amazing. We have had several potential startups. In fact, I just got one approved and we will be dispersing funds to him very soon. So it's interesting that people are finding these niches in a time like this, you know, to develop a business that maybe we wouldn't have thought of if we would have just kept going along at our easy pace. So it's a very exciting time. We're also we are currently assisting a large manufacturer with this money within our region. And we will be assisting them with financing new production equipment. So it's a 2% fixed interest rate for a limited time. The limited time is set by the federal funding source. Also, there's no bank participation required to be eligible for this program. So as you can imagine, there has been a lot of interest in the CARES loan program through Omega. Next. Our third program and final one is a state-funded program. It's called the 166 Regional Loan Program. It's the 166 because it's named after House Bill 166. Next. So to be eligible, this is a bit of a different program. They have to be an existing company that has at least 3 years of financials that are trending on the positive side. We can only do certain sectors: commerce, manufacturing, industrial, distribution, research. Consider business to business when you think of this program. With this program, we can do up to 40%, up to a maximum of $500,000. So I want to stop right here for a minute. We actually have the potential that we could use this program and we could couple it with the CARES Act. We could also stack it, do a capital stack with the traditional loan program. Potentially, we could finance $1 million of a total project cost when we combine these programs. Of course, all the criteria needs to be met that is set by the federal government, but we are in the midst right now of doing just that. We are actually doing a capital stack with bank participation, equity, the traditional loan program and the CARES Act loan program. So it will be a big loan for Omega, one of the biggest that we've done, and it's for a very large company in the Belmont County area. The 166 requires maximum bank participation. If they cannot get maximum bank, then the bank portion still has to be made up by private participation, friends, family, equity, whatever. And then 10% equity is the minimum if we have bank participation. Retail and refinancing of projects are not eligible for this program. Next. So again, just to reiterate, this can be expansion projects only that are in those certain sectors that I named. And then we can only do fixed assets with this program, no working capital, no inventory, just real estate, machinery, and equipment. We prefer to share a first mortgage or lien with the participating bank. If we're not able to do that, we will go into a subordinate second, but it increases the interest rate to the borrower. And this program is takeout financing only. So that means a bank would have to fully finance, knowing that once the project was complete, Omega would take out that portion that they've committed to. Next. This is a program I can't really quote an interest rate, and I can just tell you that it will be fixed at or just slightly below local market rates when the loan is presented to the state of Ohio. Real estate, we can do up to 20 years. A phase 1 environmental is required by the state. So this program is not as user friendly as the other programs, and it is state controlled. So machinery and equipment, we can do up to 10 years. Those are set terms, again, by the state that we cannot change. Next. And there's my contact information. I know that I've gone pretty quickly. So if anybody has questions, I see Steve Marvin on, and, former banker. And I believe Mitch is, tell me, Kevin, I know I've seen Mitch's articles in the paper, an investor?
He's a financial advisor with Edward Jones here in Cambridge.
So, they, and the chamber, of course, I'm sure that you may have businesses that are interested in financing and they're frustrated because, bank regulations are what they are, and they cannot always fully finance a small business or a startup or certain sectors of businesses. So that's where Omega really could assist these projects. And in particular, we are interested in maintaining the jobs. So the way I see it, everybody wins. The bank reduces and mitigates their exposure, and then the borrower gets this low fixed interest rate. And then Omega, the whole region, benefits from the jobs being either created or retained. So we're very interested in any projects. If you're not sure that a project will fit, please call. As Tracy alluded to, I will be leaving after almost 27 years. I'm going to retire. And we will have a new person in my place. I'm sure that that person's going to do very, very well, but he may need your patience for a while till he can get up to speed on all the programs. So I really appreciate your time, and I hope everyone stays well. And if you have any questions, I hope to hear from you.